Once you've connected to your spot, just feeling for how your spot might want to feel by the end of this class. And that could be an emotional challenge that you're working with. Where does that emotion live in your body? Like, do you feel like fluttery in your belly or like heaviness in your chest? Pick those spots. And just commit to being present with yourself. Your spot might have a lot to teach you. You might find other spots as we go. Just using the one spot as a tool for focusing your energy today. And then open your eyes and take your legs out into a wide V straddle. So sitting like this, you might suddenly need to have a blanket underneath your sit bones. Try to keep your knees and your toes pointing straight upward. Spread out the bones of your feet and push through your heels as well as the balls of your feet. You have the option for a side bend to go straight out to the side. I'm taking my left hand out, and you can reach your right arm up and go straight out to the side for your side bend. Or it might be interesting for your body to turn and go to the inside of the leg. That's up to you. So feel how your right hip and right leg got lighter, and can you press down through your right femur bone and right hip, and breathe into the right wing, that whole right side that you're feeling stretching out. Letting your head hang. Maybe you rest your head on your hand. Your elbow could be resting on a block or on the thigh like mine is. And then coaxing your breath, even more volume of breath as you're here breathing and feeling for creating space inwardly. You might also connect to your spot. Draw your shoulders gently down away from the ears. And on your next inhale, come into chest opener. So you're going to reach the arm in line with your shoulder, like not straight up, but down a few inches. Palm stays facing forward and lean your heart open. So coming into whatever chest opening position feels good to you. And taking a few breaths here, feeling into this stretch. You might pull your fingertips back and open the palm and open the wrist. And take that right arm around behind your back now. And in the half bind, feel first the inhale, expanding your ribs. Can you get even longer? And as you exhale, spiral your chest and heart more open. Very deep breath. Root down through that right side again. You might feel into your spot. Slow everything down. Like sipping this next inhale in and truly savoring the breath in this moment. So you're not moving ahead, you're not in the past, you're right here, right now. And then easing out of that, just moving in a way that feels good. Maybe you gently pick your head up, and we'll go to the second side. Right hand down the leg or straight out to the side. Feel that left arm. You're going to reach up and over by your ear and then expand the left ribs. Root your left hip, left sit bone, left leg down. Relaxing your neck and just being present with yourself here. Can you feel for the more you tune in to breath and feeling, there's always even more there. It's like we're constantly evolving and deepening into feeling this moment and being present with yourself. Long, steady breaths. Take that top arm, reach it into your chest opener. So letting your head hang in a way that feels good. So You might be looking down. You might support your head with your hand. And breathe into left side of chest. Relax bottom jaw away from top jaw. And you sip your breath in like, it was a massage that you were giving yourself from the inside out. On your next exhale, whenever that comes, going into the bind and then in this new shape, feeling, can you lengthen your spine, lengthen both sides of ribs, and spiral the heart more open. Root your left hip, left sit bone down. Take one more deep inhale, expanding and opening. Release the arm from around behind the back and ease your way upright. And then help your legs together and make your way to all fours. And come into your cat-cow. So in this cat, feel free to do any kind of movement that feels good. You can explore wrist stretches if they feel good. They might not, not everybody has this flexibility. And if you ever are injured in your wrist, staying off of it is very important. You can modify. And make sure you roll out your shoulders and shoulder blades. And when your body's ready, you're coming into downward facing dog next. So feeling into that, you can keep the knees very, very bent and stretch your sit bones up and back, broadening the back body and the shoulders and the shoulder blades. And then you might start to straighten the legs, easing the heels towards the mat, but that's optional, right? Your legs and your heels never really go straight and never touch the earth. Eventually they will, maybe, if your body has that flexibility, but it's not something that has to happen ever. You're just moving in that direction, getting whatever is a good stretch for you. From here, bring your right foot forward and make your way into your runner's lunge. So in this runner's lunge, your legs are supporting you strongly. You're up on your fingertips. You can be even lighter, like try lifting your hands up. Lower your hips towards the earth, fire up the back leg, and then turn on your core. Draw the lower belly in. Feel your sit bones. Notice how your right sit bone's more forward. Draw it back. Inhale, send your chest forward, your collarbones forward. Draw your arm bones back. Stay here for another breath. And then take a twist. Reach your right arm up. Spread across the chest and the collarbone. Feel your hips. Lower them down. Notice how your right hip probably lifted up. Can you even that out any amount? And then use your rib cage to do the twisting rather than your hips. And now bring that right hand down, and you might have hands on blocks. You're going to raise and lower your hips. So feel any amount of opening across the back of your front leg. You can keep that knee very, very bent. You can see I'm lifting the ball of the right foot up as I go up and down, and lifting the heel up as I come down, because I'm pretty flexible. So I'm looking for a little more sensation, more opening. That might not be you, right? You got to track that for you. The next time your hips lift up, go back into downward facing dog and take a three-legged dog. Lift your right leg up into the air. Keep the toes pointing down. Flex that foot. Push back through your heel. Spread your hand bones evenly. So you're really feeling like the spaces in between your fingers are more or less even. Push down into the thumb side of your wrist and down into the pinky side of your wrist. And then feel all the knuckles, the roots of the fingers push down. So not the palm. The palm, like if you could fit like a pea inside of there, you could put that little tiny pea in there. And then bring the right foot down and step your left foot forward. Let's come into runner's lunge on the left side. Come up onto your fingertips. Reach back through your back heel. Lower your hips towards the earth. Fire up the back leg. Your arms are active. Drag your arm bones back energetically. They're not moving, but pull them back and feel how that opens your chest and your collarbones. Draw your left hip back, your right hip forward. And as you inhale, lengthen your spine. Now bring the right hand down and take a twist. Your left arm up. You're pushing down into the right hand, lifting the left arm up, opening up the chest and the collarbones. Let your left hip come down a little bit more. And exhale the hand down. Let's raise and lower the hips a few times. Check in with your breath. Check in with your spot. So maybe your spot is directly implicated in what we're doing right now, maybe not. But it's all connected, right? From here, the next time your hips lift up, step on back and come into that three-legged dog. Toes pointing straight down. So the outer left hip rotates towards the earth. Tops of your thighs rotate towards each other. And push back through that heel. Lengthen back. Press evenly into each finger, each knuckle, and the inner and outer side of that wrist. And feel how the push of the hands comes from your shoulder blades, not the wrist. And bring that leg down, come into child's pose. Turn around and lay down on your back. Let's do elbow to knee. So tops of the thighs, the hip flexors hopefully are a little more open from our warm up. Feel into that. Clasp your hands behind your head. If you need to put your feet on a wall, do that, or you can work with feet down. Otherwise, feet are up. But relax your feet and your shins below the level of your knees. Hold your head, heavy head into your hands. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Relax the neck. Feel top rim of the sacrum pressing into the mat and curl your tailbone up. Exhale, twist up and over to the left thigh. Straighten your right leg straight away from you. It can go towards 90. It can go towards 45. I like it somewhere around 70. I don't know. I'm making that percentage up. Pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press, top rim of sacrum down. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right. Straighten the left leg. Pull the lower belly down. Connect both sit bones to one another. You're not hiking the right one up. Inhale, come back to center. Press, top rim of sacrum down. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist left, straighten right. Pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back into the mat. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg, and pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the left, straighten the right leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back into the mat, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist left, straighten right, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center, press lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg, pull the belly down. Come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. And take a quick twist to each side, just releasing the lower back, feeling the stretch there. And let's go into twisted root. Take your left thigh around the right. Squeeze the legs together. You could always put your right foot on a wall, maybe even on a block, depending on your body. Otherwise, the feet are in the air, knees over your hips, and you're really squeezing the legs towards each other, like the whole leg, the thighs and the feet. Clasp hands behind your head. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Feel the top rim of the sacrum. Feel your sit bones. Squeeze the inner thighs. Send your knees up. Send your elbows up and pull the lower belly down towards the spine. Inhale, rest your head into your hands. Breathe into your lower back. Exhale, curl the knees up. Send the tailbone up. Squeeze the legs together. Pull the belly down. Inhale, rest your head into your hands. Long, steady spine. Exhale, steady breath. Curl the tailbone up, send the elbows up, pull the belly down. Inhale, breathe into the whole length of your spine. Squeeze the sit bones, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, send the knees up, pull the belly down. So feeling that you're getting a stretch across your sacrum and lower back as you're connecting to your core. One more. Curl that tailbone up, squeeze the sit bones, send the knees up, pull the belly down, rest your head into your hands. Let's do the second part. Let your head come down, put your hands onto that left thigh, away from the knee, down close to your hips. Isometric, so there's a push-pull. Inhale into your lower back, balloon the lower back, press it down into the mat. Exhale, curl your tailbone up, push your hands into your thighs, push your thighs back into your hands, and pull the belly down. Keep your eyes, your neck, your jaw relaxed. Focus into deep core, below the belly button, above the pubic bone. For two more. Inhale here. Exhale, curl tailbone, push hands into thighs, thighs push back into the hands, pull the belly down. Your sit bones towards each other. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, push hands into thighs, thighs into hands, pull the belly down. Release. Unwind your legs and wrap them the other way. We're almost done. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Clasp your hands behind your head, elbows high. Inhale, head and shoulder blades up. Feel your lower back pressing down. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Send the thigh bones up. Pull the belly down. Inhale, rest head into the hands. Breathe into lower back. Shoulder blades are up. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Squeeze the sit bones, squeeze the inner thighs. Send the knees up. Pull the belly down. Keep your feet low. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Squeeze your sit bones. Send the knees up. Pull the belly down. Inhale, rest head into your hands. Breathe into your lower back. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Squeeze the sit bones. Squeeze the inner thighs. Send the knees up. Pull the belly down. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze, curl up, tailbone up, pull the belly down. Lower your head down to the mat. Your hands onto your top thigh. Inhale into your hips and your pelvis. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the sit bone, squeeze the inner thighs, send the knees up, and pull the lower belly down. Inhale, breathe into your lower back, into hips and pelvis. Exhale, curl the tailbone up, send the knees up, pull the belly down. Inhale, curl that tailbone up, push hands into thighs, thighs back into the hands, and pull the belly down. So everything that you were doing happens here, only less movement in your head and shoulder blades are down. Feel for that one more time. and release. Hug your knees into your chest. And you're gonna rock forward and back if that feels good. Otherwise, you roll to one side. We're gonna come up to stand. And come on up to stand, and if you need padding for your knees, please pad. Let's move a little bit. All right, reconnect to your spot that you picked in the beginning of class. Tune inward again, feel what you've just done in about 20 minutes of movement. Smooth out your breath. Feel your feet, spread out the skin on the bottoms of your feet. Relax your shoulders down. Push down into your heels, lift your kneecaps up, and inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, swan diving forward, unless you feel like rolling down would be better on your body. Lunge, take the right knee back, put it down onto the mat, and inhale, lift the chest, reach the arms up. Hands down, step back to plank. Slowly lower down your shoulders away from the floor and away from the ears. Come on down, low cobra, inhale. Exhale, down and back to downward facing dog. Lunge, right foot forward, left knee down, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, ride the breath, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Lunge, left knee back and down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Shoulders away from the floor the whole way down. Low cobra. Exhale, down and back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward between your hands. Put your right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise, push down into your feet, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back, and you might keep the knee up this time. Hands down. Step back to plank. Feel the spread of your hands, same as before. Claw with the fingertips and the knuckles pressing and lower. Low cobra. Make it dynamic. Reach back through the toes. Pull your chest forward and up. Exhale, come down and press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, your right foot forward between the hands. Maybe that knee stays up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. And inhale, ride the breath. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lunge, left knee back and down. Inhale. Hands down, step back to plank. On exhale, lower, using your core, using your strong, powerful legs. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale. Lunge, left foot forward. Exhale, hands down, step up to the front of your mat. Then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's move into B series with some standing poses. Bend your knees, lower your hips, inhale. Chair pose. Sit way back into your heels, bending the knees. Lengthen your spine. Take another couple breaths here. Really feeling into, can you lift your heart a little higher? Can you sit back and down a little more? And exhale, fold forward. Step back to your plank. Pause in this plank, draw your arm bones back, reach back through your heels. Inner leg line, squeeze it towards you, like you're squeezing your legs together again. Like there's a magnet along your inseam. And lower down, you can do that with the legs straight. Upward facing dog, you can come right into it or build it from the floor. And stick with cobra if you prefer cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's do warrior 2 with the right foot forward. Deepen the bend in your front knee, relax your shoulders down. Slow, steady breath. Really press into the outer edge of your back foot. Reverse warrior, your back hand down the back leg, or support your lower back, deepen the bend in your front knee, and then feel this spot right here. You could even put your right fingertips into that hip joint where the top of the hip meets the thigh and lift up there. So I like to traction with the back hand and lift with the front hand just to get my hips oriented for maximum opening. Lift your back arch. Let's come into Sarvangasana. So you have options. Right forearm on the thigh, left arm up and over by your ear. This is a really long pose from your fingertips to that outer heel. Feel that. And draw the shoulders down and open your chest. If you have more room to move, maybe your fingertips come down to a block or to the floor. It's an option. Deepen your breath. Release, bring your hands down to the mat, step back to plank, and ease on down through cobra, adding upward facing dog, or skipping it entirely. You can head back to downward facing dog if you want directly and spend more time there. Take another couple breaths here. Breathe into your spot. And head into warrior 2 with your left foot forward. Relax your shoulders down, away from your ears, and spread your chest. All right, reverse warrior. You can do a similar variation that you did on the other side. Lift your back arch and lift your right kneecap up. And deepen your breath. Lengthening the right side of your body. You might start with the forearm on the thigh. You may stay there. Maybe you feel that you have some room to move. And you move into it. So Sarvangasana, extended side angle. You're stretching your body in one long line. The whole right side. From outer right foot, lift the right arch up and reach more through the pinky side of the hand and the fingertips. Release. Put your hands down on the mat. Let's step back, come to all fours for dolphin. So your choice, dolphin today. Feeling into the shoulders. You can clasp your hands. Take the measurement, your hands around your triceps. You might clasp your hands if you want a more solid base. I've been really advocating going for forearms parallel so that you're training up the muscles. It's chest muscles, shoulder blade muscles that'll keep your forearms parallel, and it's worth really connecting into those and strengthening there. So try it out. Relax your neck. And if you want, you take your right leg up. Keep the toes pointing downward and reach your tops of thighs towards each other so you spin your inner thighs back. And instead of just sending the chest towards the feet, come forward a little bit, push the floor away from you and go up. Shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze elbows towards each other. Take your sit bones up, not just back. Go up and back. And maybe you can take your left heel towards the earth. All right, right leg down, left leg up. Keep the toes pointing down, tops of thighs towards each other. Push the earth away, squeeze your elbows inward towards each other. Relax the back of the neck. Come on down and make your way back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward into triangle pose. So you can come into Trikonasana by standing. You might use a block. Reach way, way out to the right. Put your right hand onto the shin. You want to lengthen the whole spine. Draw your shoulders down and reach your right sit bone back towards the back heel. Push more forward through the ball of your right foot and really press into the outer edge of your back heel and lift your back arch up. And draw shoulders down. Let's come into Ardha Chandrasana, your half moon. Put your left hand onto your hip. To make the transition, you might adjust in your space. If you need more room, walk your front foot back. Grab your block too. You could also always back up to a wall and use a wall behind you for support. This top leg, like mine, goes wild and goes up. Try to keep it parallel to the floor and feel what that feels like. It turns on your inner leg line, and you might flex the foot. You might push through the point through the toes. Left hand to the left foot if you want to open the left side of your body if you can reach. That's Chipasana variation of Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon. Release your hands to the mat. Step back and lay down on your belly this time. Take your arms by your side. Drag your shoulders away from the ears. Lift the feet, the hands, and the heart, and you'll come into boat, Shalavasana. It really translates into locust, not boat. And press back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward into Trikonasana. All right. Create more space everywhere. Front body, back body, long, strong legs. You feel into all the triangular shapes your body's making, right? So in particular, this triangle from the bottom ribs, your left ribs, to the leg, to the arm, we tend to be really bowed like this, and that's not the pose. You want to lengthen your left rib cage. So how do you get that? You got to send your left sit bone straight back and lengthen your spine. So your top of right hip is going to rotate forward. You don't stack your. There was like a cue for a long time about like being between two panes of glass. That's been debunked. You don't want to do that anymore. That's like old cueing that's gone. If you hear somebody say that, they're not keeping up with their yoga studies as a teacher. Take a deep inhale into your chest and collarbone spread. You guys get a lot of hot gas in my flow with me. Take a deep inhale into your chest. Put your right hand onto your right hip and slide on up into Ardha Chandrasana. All right, reach out in all directions. This is such an incredible pose for like feeling your energy. Energy through the crown of your head, across your collarbones. Maybe you're grabbing that foot, maybe not. All right, release down. Let's come down for boat Shalabhasana. And we're gonna do some shoulder shrugs here if you want. So your hands, palms facing down, your arms are in cactus arms. You can lift the feet, the hands, and the heart up. You might put your feet back down. I've been trying that lately because it releases my lower back. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips together and draw down. Inhale, breathe into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips together and down. Inhale, breathe into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbow tips, draw down. One more time, inhale. And exhale, squeeze. And ease your way down and back to downward facing dog. Warrior one, your right foot forward between your hands and take your left arm up. Pat yourself on the back. You might want your strap, your towel. It doesn't matter if you can actually bring the hands together. What matters is getting a good shoulder opening here, especially left shoulder. Check it out. Relax the left side of your neck and your left shoulder and shoulder blade. If your arm is pushing your head forward, move it. Spin your back heel back so that you bring your left butt and left side of sacrum forward. Expand both sides of ribs. Slow everything down and breathe. Moving into twist of your choice. It can be twisting lunge, twisting warrior, knee up or down, bind, no bind. Start with left elbow on the thigh and go from there. So as you're twisting, I like to use my right hand. I'm going to grab my right hand's coming across to grab my left ribs, and I'm going to pull my belly, my ribs, my skin, my flesh around. That might be hard if you have like a more abundant body. Just feeling like where you have to make space for you. Don't smush your body. All right, let's ease on down and come into lounge lunge. Put your back knee down. Walk left hand forward and out to the side. We're just adding on a little lunge here because it's going to feel really good. Keep the top of the left thigh towards the earth. Let your left rib cage move towards the hand and then rotate to the right. This could be a hip opener moment. It could be more of a chest opener, right? Or both. You could take your right hand to your left foot like I'm doing and open. Release, unwind, lift your hips up. Oh my gosh, step back. Let's come through either upward dog or cobra or boat. Choose your favorite. Breathe into your spot. Feel this moment right here. And head on back to downward dog. Warrior one with your left foot forward and arch your arms. Use a strap as needed. Slow, steady breath. Relax your right shoulder and right side of neck. You can do that and lengthen the right arm bone upward. And soften your front ribs. Moving into your twist. Reach your right arm up. Create some space. And then exhaling into your twist. And again, you go into any variation that's going to work for you. You can put the back knee down. You might go into a more open twist the way that I'm doing. Release, lounge lunge. Right knee down. Walk right hand forward and out to the side, and then feel the right ribs come around. I really dial this in for you. You reach back through your right thigh and bring the ribs forward. Do both things. Maybe it would feel good to take your left hand to your left foot. Release, step on back, and lay down on your belly. Reach back and clasp your hands. Interlace your fingers. Drag the knuckles towards the feet, the shoulders down away from your ears. Lengthen your spine in both directions. Feel your chest and your collarbones moving forward and reach back through the toes. Maybe you breathe into your spot here. How's your spot doing? Release, stack your forearms, rest your forehead on your forearms, and take a breath and just feel the energy moving through you. Deep breath. Slow down your breath. If it's accessible to your body right now, everyone will be different. You can do danurasana, holding on to the ankles or the feet. If you reach back and it's like, nah, trust that, and just do what we did before, shalabhasana with the legs straight and interlacing the fingers. If you're in danurasana, kick back through the shins, really work. So it's really easy to just kick the legs back and open the chest here. It's a little harder to kick back and push up through the heels. Turn on your hamstrings, turn on your butt. Let your legs work. And then open the chest and the collarbones. Push pubic bone into the mat. Spread to the chest. Long back of the neck. Release. Stack the forearms. Take a breath here. Roll over onto your back. Let's come into bridge. If you have a block and you would like to do a more restorative bridge, I invite you to do that with a block, sliding it underneath your sacrum. If you don't have a block or don't feel like that, you're lifting into your bridge and feel these things. Feel four corners of your feet, ball of big toe, ball of pinky toe, inner and outer heel, outer edges of your feet parallel. Push down into your heels so much that your knees feel supported. So you got to adjust your feet position. Your hamstrings rise up to meet your thigh bone. Bottom of the butt crease lifts up. Relax your shoulders and gently walk your shoulders a little bit underneath. So don't get ferocious with that. You want to keep the shoulders and the sides of your neck relaxed. If you're comfortably clasping your hands, push down into the earth and drag your chest and collarbones towards your chin in a way that feels really good without jamming your neck and the back of the head into the mat. You want the neck free. It's not even touching the floor. Your cervical spine, your neck has a natural curve you want to keep. And breathe here. Turn on the backs of the legs. You might experiment with pulling your heels back towards your shoulders. That'll turn on your hamstrings more. Just like danurasana when you were holding the ankle. Same position, different orientation to gravity, or similar position. Release your hands. Slowly lower your spine down. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll to whatever side you want and bring yourself back to downward facing dog. In downward dog, three-legged dog with your right leg up. You're going to open up the hips this time. Take your right heel towards the left buttock. If you are wanting to stay on all fours, you can do this on all fours. It'll feel and look a little bit different. You might not unsquare the hips, but your leg could certainly just go up and you could stay on all fours. Bring your right leg forward. We're going to go into Ardha Hanumanasana. So this is the half split, and it could also be the full split if you want. Pad your knees, pad your heel. If you're going more towards the split and you're on wood, or the half version, Ardha means half. That's why I'm calling it half. Just translating from Sanskrit. It's not like it's a lesser pose. It's a big pose. Your hips go straight back. You're pushing towards the ball of the foot. You might stay there. Your body might want to, like mine does, go into the full split, but everything in between. And if you're moving towards the split, try squaring your hips. Bring your left hip forward and your right hip, draw it back, and stay more upright, even if it means you go less deep. From here, in your own time, you use your hands and your abs, bend your knee and bring that foot back and make your way back to downward facing dog. There's no rush. Take your left leg up. Open the hip. Step your left foot forward. Back knee down. And you choose half split. It's a big hamstring and lower back stretch. This might be where it's at for you and your body today. You can always take it towards the Hanuman. Full hanumanasana, full split, forward and back. Whatever that is for your body, what is full for you? Follow your body. Trust it. You can be up. You could have your back toes tucked under. You can use blocks, blocks under hands, blocks under front sit bone. Breathe and connect to your spot. All right, step on back and you'll come into child's pose. All right, coming up, let's thread the needle. So your hands come forward of your shoulder line. I'm going to show some weird variations of this. Feel free to just stay. If you need to see, just don't crane your body around. You might just look at the screen before you come into it. So right shoulder and your head are resting on the floor. Back of right shoulder and shoulder blade. You know, that's fun. Hang out there. Maybe you want to try balancing. Balancing, you can lift your left leg up. There's a good stretch that I recently discovered. The left leg goes up and take it out, straight out to the side. Your right hand holds on to the left calf and you push with the heel. If this is like flexi time, right? So if you have a more flexible body, this could be a really nice, for me, it's, I get my upper back and the shoulder blades even more and the hamstring. I don't know if you can see that, it's so weird. All right. Let's go to the other side. Come on up. Left arm underneath. And you might lift your right leg up. You could take the right foot out to the side. Left hand holds the right calf. And you can open in any degree that your body allows. Follow your breath and your bliss, right? And that's really the yoga practice anyway, in everything. And remember your spot. And ease on out of that. And you'll turn around and lay down on your back. And start in back release. So that pigeon on the back where you make a number 4, cross your right ankle over the left thigh, make a number 4. And you do that on both sides and you might be ready to come into Shavasana. You could also, after that figure 4 back release, you might want to be in happy baby for a few breaths, or maybe a twist. Follow what feels really good to you. Give your body what your body is craving for. Feel into your spot. Slow the breath down. This is your time right now. The benefit of the yoga practice comes now. It's the most important part of the practice. So when you move into rest, if you have the time, set a timer. Give yourself time to rest. Maybe you cover your eyes so you turn your whole focus inward or cover your body with a blanket. I'm so grateful for each of you. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's a pleasure to see you all and be with you on the mat. Have a wonderful day.